Hi, my name is Lori France, and I've chosen to speak about the integumentary system, which is the skin. This is in Chapter 5 of our Anatomy and Physiology book. I've chosen to talk about the skin and the structures and the functions of the skin. The skin has three specific layers. These are the epidermis, the dermis, and the fat layer. And the reason why I've chosen this little raincoat here is to show that a raincoat is just like our skin. It protects our body from the environment. The skin actually is the largest organ of the whole entire body and 16% of the body weight. It has several functions, and these functions protect our body physically, chemically, and biologically. Our skin prevents protection against microorganisms, the ultraviolet light, synthesis of vitamin D, toxic agents, body temperature, it helps regulate those. And the average person actually sheds about 50,000 dead cells every minute, which actually accumulates to 40 pounds of skin cells over our lifetime, which is a lot. The next I'm going to talk about are the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermal level. The epidermis is actually the top layer, and this is the chemical barrier between the interior part of our body and the exterior part of the environment. The deeper layer here is divided into two other layers, the papillary and the reticular body. These deep layers support the skin. And then the hypodermis is actually the lowest adipose tissue, which actually is connective tissue, and this helps with the fat and helps with our temperature to regulate the temperature in our body. The layers of the epidermis. There are actually 5 layers of the epidermis, and we are going to start from the bottom layer and work our way up, which is the stratum basal, which is right here. Then we're going to be going to the stratum sepozium, stratum granulosum, lucidium, and corneum. And these cells each have a specific function. The basal, which is only one row of cells, and these are our new cells. And then we go up to the next level, which these are several cells, and these are the cells that actually help mature and continue following up. The granulosum is actually 6 layers of cells, and this actually prevents water loss. And then the lucidium is you only see during the thicker tissues, not on the thin ones. But the top one, which are actually the stratum corneum, are actually our mature cells. And these cells here are the ones that slough off at the end of the life. And let's see, the dermal layer, which is over here, there's actually the papillary and the reticular layer. The papillary layer is actually responsible for the way we touch and we feel and the pain perceptors. And the reticular is actually our lines in our hands, which we can feel, and the cleavage lines, which are on our skin, which at each where we bend our tissues. And the hypodermic is actually the loose connective tissue down here, and that tissue is the fat one, and it actually is about 3 millimeters thick. Then we're going to talk about our skin tone. Melanin is in our skin, and it's what it gives us the skin tone that we each have. Everybody has different color skin, and this is the main pigment that is responsible for that. So you may have fair, porcelain, olive, dark skin, or we may have the deep skin, which we may have. Then lastly, we are going to talk about the 3 types of skin cancers. There's basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and melanoma. And the basal cell carcinoma is what most people will actually or could have, and it accounts for 80% of the skin cancer cases. 99% of these cases can be taken care of by surgically removing the area. And our second one is a squamous cell carcinoma. This is the second type of common skin cancer, and this is flat cells that you can see on your scalp, your ears, and your lower lips. And they are rapidly growing, but if they are caught early, you can have them removed or radiation. Melanoma is actually responsible for 2 to 3% of all skin cancers. It is the most dangerous type of skin cancer and highly metastasis. It is resistant to chemotherapy also, but with early detection, this is the key to survival. And the therapies are surgery, immunotherapy, and with the melanoma, we'd always need to remember the ABCDE rule, which is asymmetry, borders are irregular, the color is dark, it's larger than 6 millimeters diameter, and it is elevated. So this is my presentation for everybody in my class about the integumentary system and the skin. Thank you.